Like, I mean,
I'm already using only the guns from this season.
yeah.
No, you don't have. You had to pull Mr. Text right here.
At the same time, the charge shotgun shouldn't even be in the game.
Is it in creative yet?
I don't even know.
The text right here, by the way.
If they're not, how are they? I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure they are. They're not. Okay.
And do you have a burst, by the way?
A burst? No, I have a score.
Okay. Okay. But can I try that trick on you real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Stop cranking then.
I'm on 100 ping. What's that? Wait, let's try something.
Isn't that hard to do?
What? What is this? Oh, go back up here. What, are you talking about this? It is
No, I mean,
hard.
yeah.
Yes, it is hard.
Hey, I want to try the trick on you now.
Oh, I think we should get like to the very bottom for it. So just okay. So I'll be sitting right here. Just shoot your shotguns and go forth. And then just gonna do it. I'm just gonna move every single time. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm over here now. Moving. Okay, moving.
Well, it's gonna be also harder, like when someone is like actually moving.
Yeah, it's hard to do just in general. Wait, can I show you how I do it though?
Huh.
Wait, okay, you go down there, okay? So I was about to edit it, but okay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Oh, actually, Ian, you don't even have to move. I mean, no, you can. Okay, wait, I already said it. Wait, whoa. It's hard to hit if you don't move, then, Evan. But you don't have to.
Look, I'm a bot. No, I was 2 HP, by the way.
Okay, yeah, we're starting a regular fight now, okay? Whoa, I'm trying to build the Eiffel Tower.
You're lucky I didn't have the scar. You have healed, by the way.
Oh, I just double headshot kills, though.
I know. But I heading to the hunting.
I forgot the one. Of course you're using a P90. Of course you are. I don't even have that. All I have is 2 guns.
What gun?
Not putting that door. That's not even. Yes.
No, let me do something.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, Ian, I'll be right back, okay? I have to do something. Don't kill me.
What about if I damage you?
No. No.
Hey, whoa! Wow, you bully. Now you're gonna be spectating.
No.
rate, maybe he'll be jumping Mount Everest by the time he's 18. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. With the biggest personal Instagram account in the world, it's safe to say that pretty much everyone's heard of Cristiano Ronaldo. The global soccer phenomenon is widely regarded as one of the best in the world, and it seems his genes are strong, because Cristiano picked up a thing about football. So Jr. was behind Juventus, absolutely pushing it. Where his father scored a total of 34 goals, Ronaldo Jr. nearly that with a whopping 8 for his team. Maybe instead of Jr., Colin Jin. Parents usually put their kids in team sports sometime around the age of 9 or 10. But in the case of Colin Jin, he wanted to be on his basketball, but he's doing things that most grown men can't do. Events with those that are practically on par with the Harlem. Not only is he skilled, a bit of a hand pulling off tricks that you master. With his level of agility, skill, and handling at such a young age, there's little question that Simmons. Most athletes spend their entire lives training to master just one sport. Yet at just 6 years old, Quincy Simmons has been able to conquer 2. Don't let this Australian little girl's pigtails fool you. She's one of the top-ranked surfers and skaters in the entire world for her age range. Just a few years on her first, about 100 kilometers from their home, and she had never been in the ocean before. She went like, well, she got on a board for the first time. She was a total natural. Waves on that first visit, still, as the so had to be quenched some other way. So her family got her into skating. There must be some crazy balance in this girl, because she rips on land just as well as she does in the water. Her family is constantly blown away by her insane technique. Naturally to her, almost like she was born for this. So insanely adept at waves and ramps, earned herself the nickname Flying Squid. And when you see how she carves it up, it's good to see why. Whenever the supernatural source of talent is it going to the world anytime? Tyler Armstrong. Mountain climbing isn't exactly for everyone, but with the dizzying heights, the fear of avalanches, and the crazy amount of physical strength and stamina needed to even get started, most people stay far away from the extreme sport. But of course, Tyler Armstrong isn't like most people. By the young age of 8 years old, Tyler had already become the youngest person in history to climb Mount Whitney, and had bested Africa's tallest mountain, Kilimanjaro, something that the majority of adults who attend with an early start. It's obvious that Tyler tallest peak in the southern in Argentina, coming in at an insane 22,801 feet tall. Only people who try to climb Aconcagua succeed, and usually the age limit is 14. Tyler's parents are a lawyer to get permission to the mountain. We're pretty sure that once they saw his climbing skills, the Argentinian government didn't need much time to come to a decision. Now at just 16 years old, he's conquered mountains all over the world, and currently has his sights set on doing the Big 7, the tallest mountain on every continent. With his early start, he's already got about half the list down. There's no doubt. He'll probably finish the list before he's even done. You still there? Well, since you made it this far, here are all the shoutouts we promised everyone that commented on our previous video. If you want to be shouted out in our next upcoming video as well as the ones prior, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down below saying, pick me! Once you're at it, you might as well leave a like. As a kid, many of us dream of having a lot of money to spend in any way we can imagine, usually wishing for the newest game console, the coolest toys, or maybe unlimited trips to your favorite theme parks. Well, for some young people around the world, that wish is very much a reality. ready to have your mind blown as we look at some of the richest kids who live the craziest lifestyles through their fortunes of amounts most of us can only dream to ever have. But before we get started, what would be the first thing you would buy if you suddenly became incredibly wealthy? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll give you a second. Alright, well, without any further ado, let's get it on. Benjamin Kicks. Imagine regularly partying with some of the biggest rappers in the world at the age of 16. Well, thanks to his passionate interest in both sneakers and business, that's exactly what Benjamin Kicks' lifestyle has become.
How's business? Booming.
Simply by buying exclusive and rare sneakers from other collectors and selling them at a higher price to sneakerheads, Benjamin caught the attention of DJ Khaled and regularly started hanging out.
Man, how smooth. I like that.
Through Khaled, he was introduced to other hip-hop giants like Drake, P. Diddy, and Future, all of whom regularly buy sneakers from him at what one can only assume are very high prices. Eventually, when DJ Khaled's Snapchat started to go viral, his regular snaps featuring a 16-year-old Benjamin caught the attention of the public and resulted in a lot more business for the young entrepreneur. As Merch brand proudly claims, business is booming. Now, 18-year-old has an estimated net worth in excess of $1.5 million, or surely coming in every day. But partying with Drake is probably a priceless experience. Lil Pump. Well, you're more than likely familiar with the young trap artist because of his hugely popular breakout hit Gucci Gang, and his many follow-up songs with
Sin.
collaborators like Kanye West. Recently, having turned 18, the rapper had made a huge fortune from his music, way before he was a legal adult. He lives in a massive $4.6 million mansion where he's been making infamous videos of his extravagant lifestyle since he was 16 years old. He's frequently showing off jewelry worth over $500,000, including his diamond-encrusted chain of his own face, worth about $380,000. Medallion of his fame, which is actually in the dictionary, a huge collection of other insane pieces of jewelry, with an overall value reaching well into the millions of dollars. Let's wait and see what adulthood has in store for the colorfully haired, wildly wealthy South Florida musician, Rashad Belhassa. Here's an interesting fact. Many wealthy families in the Middle East don't report their net worth to any public authority, leading many people to believe that Jeff Bezos is not actually the richest man in the world, but that a Saudi prince or Qatari oil mogul might actually be the wealthiest person on earth, with net worth in the trillions. Rashad Belhassa is a young blogger who gives the world insight into his extravagant world of mysteriously enormous wealth. The 17-year-old Dubai native is the son of a construction mogul with one of those shadowy net worths, but the best estimates place it around $2.3 billion, though some sources claim that the number is comically low. Unbelievable life Rashad shows off through his videos of solid gold slippers, custom jewelry, design cars, and fantasy trips around the world taken on a whim captivates audiences. It has led to him being an incredibly popular influencer the world over, frequently pulling in millions of views. Rashad has an illustrious showroom, his huge collection of unique designer sneakers, many of which have worths well into the tens and occasionally hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, he doesn't spend his money willy-nilly. According to his parents, he taught the value of money, as well as shown personal responsibility by running his own.
Yeah.
A1.
Right here.
Yeah.
Celebrities the world over